New Gaming Order. This is your co-CEO, co-producer, Alex Lexus coming back at you like the Juggernaut bitch with co-CEO and producer, Brother Nelson, Ali G of the group. And
Ew.
and we
What?
have the senator from the ending of Metal Gear Rising on your knees. Or the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the group. So,
He has a much better opinion of my body than I do. Please continue.
unbelievable. But just so you guys know, just like the announcement we put out last week, where we're gonna air on Wednesday, so that we can have Thursday off to be with our families, dinner, so on and so forth. So, on a lighter note, where it's more or less happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Those of you who are traveling, make sure you get to your destination safe. Up in the New York, New Jersey area, it's kind of slushy and nasty. We got snow and all that other stuff. So, those of you who are in our local area, just get in safe and happy holidays. Enjoy your family. Prayers and wishes to you guys. All right. So, any opening remarks from you two, excluding on your knees because he's gonna goat me.
I mean, basically the same thing that Alex has says. Happy early holidays to everyone who's about to enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow with your families and friends and so on. And don't forget, right after this podcast is over, you guys can check out either the stream on New Gaming Order or the stream on NGO underscore X1. We'll be having two streams for your liking today. And if you want to check out both channels, you can check out the YouTube channel. Everything is there, all the info. So
Alrighty. And no time for you, Chris.
Well, why don't we wish people a happy New Year? I actually got one of those at work this week. That was kind of a little early.
Okay. Hey,
wow.
we gotta get the Grey Goose thing going. Hey, I don't condone drinking, underage drinking, but me and Chris are kind of old, so it is what it is. But
I'm old.
no comment. All right.
do I do I have to hide my empties now?
Yes, please. This will go on Screw Attack. It'll be like, what the heck? No, you know what? I'm just playing. You know what I mean? This stuff, GTA 5, the stuff you see in that, like, yeah, gaming shows a lot worse. But in any case, today is 11/26/2014, and this week in news. All right? Now, on your knees, Nelson and I put all our topics that we're gonna potentially cover on the Facebook page. You'll see the link below. And I just wanted to touch on Dell's Alienware Alpha PC console that shipped about a week ago, on the 22nd. And I looked at the specs, and it's almost like a basic PC rig. It's better than what I was messing around with years ago, but but all things considered, it's not really at the level of like the consoles right now. But then again, it's a PC console box, so I'm pretty sure you can jury rig it to do a lot more. But with that being said, I want to give On Your Knees a minute to chat on this. What are your thoughts? Because it ships with the Xbox 360 controller. I mean, so Microsoft has to be getting some sort of deal with this. And,
Yeah, it probably comes with Windows on top of that
yeah,
too. I'm
Windows
sure.
8.1 comes in the box.
Ew,
And then
Windows.
it has like a specific Steam UI in there. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do we need another console in the market?
No, this is directed for people who want to play PC games on their TVs. Not that people haven't been doing that already. This is more of a streamlined. I think they might see the writing on the wall. They want to get into the PC. They want to get more people into PCs because you might see the end of consoles, at least in my opinion, within one or two more generations.
Hmm.
But the specs don't look too bad. I don't know if this one here. Oh, that's a cheap model. The cheap model actually probably doesn't have a faster chip than me. It's only dual core, and that's not that good. And
Yeah, I think there's the two models, the 550 and the 900
yeah, I'd have to look
dollar.
at I have to look at the other ones, but it's it's got a bit. I think it has a better video card than mine, but it's going to be streamlined for gaming, so you're going to be able to squeeze a little more out of it than
Yeah.
an average video. Your standard video card at home.
Hmm.
Um, if you don't want to be bothered with building your own rig, it's probably more than fine.
Hmm.
But anyone who wants to be able to customize their machines are going to avoid this like the plague.
But I'm
So,
sure some guys are gonna get in there and they're going to make it do more. You know?
no, yeah. Well, if it comes to Windows 8.1, there's going to be ways to break it. When Windows 8.1 is um, it's not easier than Apple or the Apple OS is to break into, but they'll get into it. They'll do whatever they want with it. I mean, it's got Windows 8.1, so it's going to be able to install anything you want on it, or at
No.
least it should.
Now, before I give the floor to Nelson, for my Mugen audience, folks, Mugen definitely will be compatible with that box. So you can stick your arcade sticks and all that, and all these crazy fighting games that my community comes up with. You'll be able to play on this thing on your TV at home. So I
Yeah,
see some strange things coming down the pipeline.
uh,
Good strange though. Hmm.
it's got USB ports, so it should be compatible just about anything.
Yeah.
Now, USB 4.0 is not out yet, so I don't think that's a problem. Do you know if the USB ports are? Well, I guess it won't matter after 2 or 3.
Yeah, the information I got is just general, and the source is from Polygon.com. And you can.
Yeah, not reliable.
No, I know, but it's going on a off-source site through Dell directly. So I mean, you get the Polygon news, then underneath you see source, and then that's where I clicked. And then I was looking at the specs with the Nvidia, 2 gigs of RAM,
Here we go.
GTX, 860M GPU, 4 gigs of RAM.
It's got a nice 7. Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, that's the $900 model.
Yeah, that one's not too bad.
I mean, while you delve into the details of it, like Nelson, what are your thoughts? Do we need another console or something of this nature now in the mix? Like, is it going to compete with consoles, or is this its own thing?
I probably have to say it's its own thing, is for the fact that a lot of people has been trying to, get something within their homes where it's not technically mouse and keyboard, and also at the same time they could just sit back and, just lollygag around with and lollygag on their couch or on their bed. But definitely this basic model one right here, I will see no purpose at all buying it. But if you try to go for anywhere, I would say from the 749 dollar one, that's like from good, and then you have the 899 one, which is even better.
Yeah.
I would recommend those two. But for like if you're just trying to be like basic and you just want to play PC games at like on a console kind of luxury type of thing, I guess it's good, but this is not like the new innovation when it comes to PC gaming on like a bigger screen. There's been duplicates in the past that has attempted this before.
Okay. So this is basically like you got the hardcore, then you got the casual, and then maybe is this mid-core? Like, is it just like...
This is targeted casual.
Yeah, this is casual.
Who don't want to build their own machines. That's what it's targeting. And it's targeting people who want to play PC games but want to play only with this.
Okay.
Granted, a lot of games now
support it, like out of the box.
Out of the last 10 games I played, 8 of them use the controllers.
Yeah, most of the PC games you'll see the Xbox 360 controller in the UI. Like, hey, it's already like there.
Now that I think about it, I play mostly console ports.
Interesting. Okay. Well, moving on.
Oh, lovely.
Assassin's Creed. What the heck? Unbelievable. We are being unprofessional on this podcast. No, it's not.
Hey, it's just water.
I know. But in other news, Ubisoft and their damage control for Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, they have gone on record, unlike Capcom, they have gone on record and apologized. They shipped a broken game. All right? And now they're going to litter us, for those of us who have it, free DLC and all that. But you're piling on more of brokenness. This is not going to fix the issues with the game. You know what I mean? Don't worry about DLC. Focus on fixing the game. Fix the game. Patch it. Do whatever. Do Kumbaya, my lord, and help me fix the game. Like, do something, chants or hymns or something. Fix the game. Don't add more of broken stuff. So, Nelson, what are your thoughts on your knees?
I'm pretty sure they need to fix the game before they even ship out like these free care packages along with people for Assassin's Creed Unity. But it's mainly you gotta get the basic mechanics like out of the way first. You can't just, as what Alex was saying, oh yeah, we're gonna shower you with DLC and all these add-ons and shit like that, and then the game is still broken and we're still gonna be disappointed.
You can't
So
pacify folks.
yeah,
Like
you can't.
yeah, if you're gonna pacify with a general fix. You know what I mean? One thing, as much as Capcom refuses to admit to some of the mistakes they made, you see them trying to scramble to fix things or put out a patch or whatever. That I'll give them. But as far as hey, Ubisoft admittedly messed up and went on record. They earn my respect for that. But now the course of action should be to fix the foundation of the game. So, on your knees, what are your thoughts on this?
They fucked up.
Yeah, they
Oh yeah.
morally.
Yeah, because they try to get the holiday rush out. How much money are they losing? They're giving away free DLC. I don't know which DLC they're giving out, so I don't have a dollar value. I would love to see that. Just find
Hmm.
out how much money they actually took a hit on. They don't. They know not all people are going to actually grab the free stuff, so they do win in that regard.
Yeah.
But they're giving out a free game if you have if you bought the season pass.
Hmm.
So I'm sure they sold millions of copies of that. And if it's actually they're giving away. I think Far Cry 4 was one of the games listed. But you get to
Oh.
select for Far Cry 4, The Crew, which is not out yet, which is another mess if you want to touch on that later.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Rayman Legends, and Just Dance. And these are new games. They're 60 plus a piece.
Mm.
So that's a big hit they're taking.
And that Rayman
Uh,
is pretty damn cool. I like that platformer. It has style to it. It's good stuff.
yeah. So they're not saying if they're going to refund the season pass yet. Um, let's see if you got the season pass. Yeah, but yeah, they should really fix the fucking game. I heard they're upwards of 300 bug fixes already, and there's still more to go. I don't know if the game's still broken or not. It's still broken. I haven't bought it. I was smart enough. The third one ruined the series for me, so I'm not touching that one again.
And you know what? Which brings me to another topic with the crew. Now,
Yeah.
based off of, I guess, the typhoon that was the launch of freaking Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft has warned players to not take pretty much the early day one reviews of the crew. I was trying to pull up all the information on that, but it makes me wonder: does Assassin's Creed have something to do with this, or it's the type of game that it is? Folks might not understand it in the sense like if it's like an open world or something. I mean, why would they tell folks not to listen to the day one reviews?
It's primarily an online game,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only a limited service, kind of like what happened with SimCity,
Oh, okay.
where you can only test with a certain number of people.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the game. My understanding it's a online co-op competitive racing type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the Driver or GTA, but you're just primarily racing with or against other people.
Mm-hmm.
So in that regard, it makes sense. But their reputation is non-existent at this point. You can't
Mm-hmm.
believe anything they say.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds more. I would expect a steaming pile of shit. I
But you
could
know
be
what? To
mistaken.
their credit, though, like I tried to get it on the beta test, and something happened. Like my code didn't work, and Ubisoft fixed that. Unbelievable! They're having problems. Like I'm sitting there waiting for my code or thing so I can freaking test the game out, but
They never fixed it for you.
no, no. So that there you
Yeah.
go. I'm just saying, for them to try and before the game is released, say, hey, don't listen to the day one reviews, and they're not even giving out press versions or the B-roll versions that Nelson was kind of directing me to start getting from the companies. They're not even giving those out. So what's wrong with the game?
You just gotta don't buy the shit at launch. That's all you can do. When you see these big AAA names, don't buy their shit at launch,
Hmm.
and don't pre-order either. You gotta, as long as people pre-order and buy their shit at launch, they're gonna keep doing this nonsense. You gotta send them the message and don't do that.
No, so what are your thoughts on this? I mean, that's kind of weird. Something seems up.
I mean, I don't know why they would like hold back on certain things like that for, not wanting to do this whole day one issue. I mean, that's unheard of so far. That's probably like the only game as of right now, besides like some of the big name companies like EA, Konami and stuff like that, where it's like, oh hey, don't do anything a week before, do it the day of. Okay, we're waiting with the day of with this game, but no.
hmm
I'm not understanding. Is there something wrong with your game? Is there something that you're not telling us? Are you going to delay the game? Is that why? Are you still in reminiscing of not launching the game as expected? Like,
hmm
what can that be? But it's not a good impression, especially with a lot of journalists and people who review games such as us and stuff like that. It's not good because what happened if we do get an early copy in the mail now?
Yeah,
And then the game is about to come out next week, I believe,
yeah,
or next 2 weeks,
yeah.
and all of a sudden we can't throw up any footage on YouTube. Like, how do you think we're gonna feel about that?
It's just I don't know. By doing this, it makes me feel they don't have faith in their product. Then why freaking develop the title?
It's funny that you say that because that game Sonic Boom, even the developers was like, "Yeah, our game is gonna suck, guys. I'm sorry."
What the heck is this? Unbelievable. You know what?
But they came on record saying that, and they had to release it at a certain time. It was needed to come out as their next lineup for games.
Yeah.
So they had to rush with whatever they had, and they fucked up. They admitted it.
Wait a minute. That sounds like the Sonic 2006 when Silver made his debut, and the
Mm,
game was rushed because it was actually built off of Sonic Adventure 2's engine. But, all the glitches and all that, and you had Super Sonic, Hyper Shadow, Super Silver. It was supposed to be that reboot to the series or a new beginning. And Sega
mm,
knew they messed up. Like, we were running with Sonic, and it's not even as smooth with taking the half pipe. It will go like an angle and it'll fall down. You know?
mm-hmm.
So, oh man, they should just delay the game. Delay the game. All these people and the corporate folks who are like, I need it released right now. Okay, you do it. You rush it before it's ready. And then, you actually might suffer more because the reputation of your brand is going to suffer.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're only mainly, as we said before, they only just want whatever money that they could reel in for the first week. If the shit sucks, it's whatever. They still made their money at the end of the day.
So the quality of gaming,
Has gone down.
wow.
Has gone down as the past a couple of years. Not many companies care about the consumers part of the end to get their games because as we said before, they can just fix the goddamn game through patches. They can fix it later, man. Just sell your shit broken and fix it later.
Man, that mentality is going to. Mm,
And the
you
people
know what?
keep
We
eating this shit up. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we were spoiled, and the 09ers don't understand. We were spoiled with quality games. Like I would say, Mercury Steam, what they did with Lords of Shadow 1, well, technically Lords of Shadow 2, which was the Mirror of Fate, the Belmont arc, and Lords of Shadow 2, well, the final part of it. I would have to say, as much as I'm pissed off at the ending of Lord of Shadow 2, that game, the production value on that was at Metal Gear level. It was beautiful. It was great the way that they put that entire Lords of Shadow version of Castlevania was unreal. You know what I mean? And they took the time, like they massaged the development of the game. Now it's just like you were saying, Nelson, and I see this at my job in the corporate. Like, I need this now, or put this BlackBerry out now, or send this token out. So this now overnight it. I'm like, what the heck? Like, look, take your time. Calculated moves will make more of a dent. You know what I mean? Like, oh, get the little bit, like you're saying, they rush to get that first initial sales bump, right? And then if it's so jacked up, that'll be the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do it right, and then get that long haul. You know what I mean? You'll make more money over time. But you get that big hump, and then and you fuck up. it's like hit or miss at that point. You know what I mean? So,
You
they.
know what?
Mm,
Support CD Project Red. They delayed The Witcher 3 by almost half a year at this point. They want to make sure they get that right.
well, hey, I respect companies when they do that, but some may not be affording to do that. Like Brother Noble, a shout out to my buddy. He says the companies have to survive. But here's the thing: the companies have made policies depending, like for instance, Capcom, depending on DLC, right? They fucked up, and then people don't buy the DLC. Now your foundation is fucked. You know what I mean? So they need to focus on making that the game sell. Boom, get the units out there, get your money. The DLC is extra. You know, just bonus points at that point. You know what I mean? So, anything you want to add to that, Chris or Nelson, before we move on to the next?
Just don't pre-order your shit anymore, and support companies that treat their fans right. That's all.
Yeah,
Interesting.
or just take the route of Val because they give their shit for free.
What the
So
heck is this?
Yo, I was on Street Fighter, yo.
Yo, Feet Fighter, unbelievable.
All right.
Unbelievable. But you missed some good stuff. But I'm glad you came in. Now I can bring the WWE topic into it. But
his camera went off.
unbelievable.
Hold on, yo. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm
All
listening.
right. So just touching lightly on Nintendo, they actually took Mario Kart
Mhm.
8 and made a arcade cabinet out of it, and it's pretty cool. Like I could try to show it to you here, but you got a couple of folks. It's a four seater, but the screen is four player split screen. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Like something like eight on the
He sent
break.
me a message.
What the heck?
Sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
that's
Sorry.
alright. So eight on the break should have something like this because that in Chinatown Fair they can benefit from that. But a Nintendo Wii U game, in a console format. What are your thoughts? We'll start with Nelson and we'll work our way around.
Well, definitely is a interesting topic because they're going to be releasing this in 16 different malls throughout from now till December. And for, I guess, I don't know if this is officially coming from Nintendo or if this is just like someone that just has money just doing it just for the fuck of it.
Mm,
This is kind of endorsing the Nintendo lineup of the following, the ending year into next because they don't only just have Mario Kart 8. They're gonna probably have Super Smash, probably the latest Pokemon. You'll be able to use your amiibo little trophy shits or whatever
mm.
and stuff like that. So it's very compatible with a lot of different things. And like I said, they're building 16 of these things and putting them in 16 different malls across the countryside from now till the end of December. So I mean, it's a good promotion product, but is Nintendo okay with it?
Well, Nintendo, we know how guarded they are with their IPs and such, but you said the keyword promotion, and if folks are just getting a little feel for it, hey, maybe the other consoles, they can do promotion similar to this. You know what I mean? Like get it so that people can play it, like me and Shinwar were playing things at Comic Con. You know what I
There's
mean?
actually one more thing I want to add since you just brought up that whole promotion thing. Did you see about that news article that this guy is selling a 24-wheeler truck on eBay with that has 24 32-inch monitors, 24 Xbox 360s with a huge lineup, and it's in the back of a 26-wheeler. I think this shit is going for like $76,000.
A truck that has all of it inside
And the back of the truck, and it's like an actual gaming lounge. You have Turtle Beach headsets right on the corner of
Oh
every
well.
monitor,
He's only selling it
mad
for
games.
75K. He could get more for that.
Well, I mean, this is what he put on eBay. I'm assuming he could get more, but this is what he
A
put.
mobile arcade, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, interesting. So, yeah, imagine. Let's say he had one of these Wii U Smash Brothers or Mario Kart thing in like the front of that what is that container or Connex in the back.
Yeah.
That probably be pretty cool. But Chris, what are your thoughts on Nintendo doing this promotion for Mario
And
Kart.
they're getting the word out there. I'm not sure how their console series is doing. I thought they were doing pretty good.
Hmm.
They're going to be doing, especially now that Smash Brothers is out. They finally got a first party exclusive that actually people want to get.
Hmm.
So this is just more marketing. I think it's good marketing, to be honest, to get more people to buy the games. I know that Smash Brothers already sold 500,000 copies in less than a week.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up there, and I think Mario Kart sold a massive number of games too.
Hmm.
But this just gives them more exposure to let people know, hey, we're still around. We still have the games that you want. Here's Mario Kart, for people. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually patch it to 8 people because of Smash Brothers has an 8 player mode.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it's local only. Maybe they'll come up with that for Smash, but I think it's good. I think it's good, and hopefully they'll be at a mall near us.
You know what? I think that Nintendo is onto something, and they did it at the right time by the holiday season. I think Microsoft and Sony need to follow suit with that. Hey, let people play your games. You know. So, Shinmore, what are your thoughts on that? I know you hadn't had time to.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. Thanks.
What? why?
Easy
Why
one.
you got that T-shirt on? Look like Black Kingpin. Dang.
Shut up.
All right. In other news, well, it's more of a Call of Duty thing. In January, Call of Duty is getting its first like souped up zombie DLC. And it's just a service announcement. You guys, you see me playing Call of Duty on the stream and such, so I'll be looking forward to that. Any releases, Chris, on the Nintendo side you're looking forward to that we
Uh,
can?
it was just Smash Brothers that came out. The next major one I'm looking for is X2, but that's not due out to sometime next year.
Oh, okay.
There is a new Zelda planned, but that doesn't have a date yet. Come back to me in a minute. I'll see if I can find anything.
Okay. Now, what to put the spotlight on Shinwar for a second, he's big on Watch Dogs, all right? So you do know Shinwar that Watch Dogs came out on the Wii U, and a lot of folks are saying
I thought it got canceled. It did come out?
Watch Dog on Wii U sounds like hold up.
I
S-
thought it
s-
got canceled for the Wii
No,
U.
they said it sounds like a sluggish last gen game, and looking at it now.
Hmm,
So
that's
yeah,
that's
there's
funny. Well,
yeah. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying that's funny. The last thing I heard about that was the Wii U version was canceled.
Yeah, that news
So,
came out today.
oh wow.
Um, yeah,
What did it look like? It looked like a DS game?
yeah, they're saying that it feels more like a last gen game, like a 360 or
Mm-hmm.
PS3 and
Yeah.
such.
Well,
And they actually
that's a
have video on this. I mean, you can go and check out the side by side comparison on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. Watch Dogs, the Wii U version, compared to the PS4. Yeah, I don't think it's
Doesn't
too.
look good, huh?
You can see a difference. I mean, if
Looks
you
like a PS1 game.
no,
they're
no, no,
making
I wouldn't say it's that far, but
they're making
yeah, go
they're
ahead.
making it an overly big deal because if I remember, the Wii U is only as powerful as the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So big surprise! It looks like a previous generation game.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Damn, a cool.
Can you
But
He
say
did
but
clickbait? You fell for it again.
but you know what's messed up
unbelievable.
though? Honestly, no. You know what's messed up? When they announced Watch Dogs, it was supposed to come out on all platforms, and they kind of screwed Nintendo over with that because they did make an announcement that it was canceled, and I'm like, well, why'd they digged it up and they did all this, and not for nothing, I love Ubisoft, but that game could have been just a tad better. And they admitted it. They admitted it. They were
Mm,
like, it gets repetitive after a while,
mm.
And when they dropped the DLC, what was it, Bad Blood?
Mm.
Bad Blood was cool, and a lot of people were saying um, that the DLC main character, should have been the main character of Watch Dogs overall, and not Aiden Pierce. They did
Mm.
say that because of his personality,
That's
but
funny how that happens, where you got the side character actually be more popular than the main character. Like
right.
yeah, that's rather interesting.
Just to finish off this quick segment, Ubisoft did say when they work on Watch Dogs 2, they're really gonna amp it up and turn up in regards to the sequel.
Bullshit.
Yeah, well, Ubisoft has, hopefully they don't rush the next, installment in the series because,
Crush the next installment.
Rush.
Oh, I thought he said Crush.
He said Rush,
you
but
know what?
Alex, you're
Hello.
asking Ubisoft not to rush a game is like asking Dirt not to be dirty. It's just not possible.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, look,
yeah.
you know what's funny? No, Chris, you're right. Cause like these Assassin's Creed games, it's like Madden now. Every year,
Yeah, they need to
what else?
stop that. They
They
need
were
to
doing a
stop that.
multi-year. They were doing a multi-year program, weren't they, for Assassin's Creed 2? They put 3 out inside of 2 years.
Yeah, dude, that's. But Splinter Cell is like one every 5 years, yo. Come
No, no,
on.
but you see, it's funny you say that. It's better to have less iterations, but the quality. It's about the quality, not the quantity of the installments. So it's
But look
better.
at Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, they do. What was it? Black Flag, and then it was what? Unity. Then it's Rogue. How many we gonna
Yeah,
get?
you know what they.
How many?
But it was selling though. It was like Resident Evil. It sells.
I
They
agree.
should just,
I agree.
they should just be standalone expansion packs if they're going to do that one.
Yep.
But you
Yep.
want to
Yep.
package it a brand new game, they throw in a bunch of fucking fluff.
Now,
Grab
Alex.
let's do that, and they can charge full price for it.
Uh-huh.
Alex, remember we talked about that? Instead of doing like these sequels, do DLC to stretch it out, just like Chris said. And
Yeah.
then, dude, they're releasing major disc retails out like every year. It's like Call of Duty every year.
Call of
Every,
Duty.
come
Call of
on.
Duty.
They used to be called expansion packs back in the day.
Well,
Right.
the thing is with Call of Duty, like okay, the Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, there's some the core is the same, but there's some features that they're different. Like, you can't simply unless I'm pretty sure if they get the resources and the time to really get it, like they can just stick on bam, next game, bam, you know? I don't know, it's just this greed, man. They want this. They want the
Yeah, they
cheddar,
want the money.
you
That's
know?
all.
So,
And they
I
do
mean,
it because it works. That's the problem.
hmm So with that, I mean, Nelson, what are your thoughts on the Watch Dogs Wii U looking like a 360 game?
I mean, like, no offense, but when I got Watch Dogs for the Xbox One, I thought it was a PlayStation 2 title. By how the way it
Nelson,
looked.
that's extreme. Okay,
No,
PS2.
that's
No,
Ubisoft's fault.
I'm being serious is because of the fact that it was supposed to be the Grand Theft Auto killer, and they failed
No, honestly,
horribly.
the GTA, what could have been the GTA killer was that first Saints Row 1 and 2. I
Yeah,
remember,
that as well, but that
but
failed
no,
as
the thing
well.
is, the problem was that type of game. GTA already set its establishment as, hey, we are that game. Like Capcom, we are the godfathers of fighting games. We are the godfathers of freaking survival horror. So it was kind of like think Guilty Gear trying to dethrone Street Fighter. You know what I mean? It's probably not gonna happen.
I mean, I don't think it would dethrone Street Fighter. It's more like it's just another option to play. Like how Street Fighter now, it caters to all people, casual, intermediate, and advanced and hardcore players. Now with Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear, it only caters to hardcore players. Why? Because the learning
Technical.
curve is ridiculous
Hmm
compared to Street Fighter.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Okay.
go back to Ubisoft, that's their own fault. Their E3 footage was vastly upscaled as compared to what they released. They made the game
Yes.
look much better than
And
it.
that was PC. That was on a PC anyway.
No, they claimed that was console footage though.
No, that was on PC, dude.
No.
They said that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they.
Why
they
he
just
looking
claimed
like
that
Steve
it was-
Harvey?
Oh,
Like,
Did you
Oh
know-
my! I heard that. Alex.
Did you know that there was a code or like a command prompt that you can access within Watch Dogs to increase the graphics to its maximum output
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gets
yeah, yeah.
outsourced at the E3 demo?
but that's for the PC version, though. Right?
No, that's for consoles as well.
Why would they do that? Like, put in the damn options or just
Why would they? How could you do this?
That's
unbelievable. That's dumb. That's dumb. Just
Either
just
the
put
consoles
it
could-
like okay for max settings. Do it by default. Why you gotta dangle the carrot in front of the
Well,
consumer's face?
either the consoles couldn't handle it, or they couldn't optimize the game for the consoles to handle it.
So,
Correct.
but you're
They-
gonna put a code in there to allow them to get it.
Well, that was just for a demonstration. There was no way the consoles could run it that good, especially with Ubisoft's shitty program.
But you know what's really messed up as well? For the people who have played The Evil Within, there's an option that you won't know until like you do massive amount of research.
Yeah, I know what
Um,
you're talking about.
that you can make the game either run at 30 frames per second or run at 60 frames per second, but that's through a debug menu,
Yeah,
and
they
you need
said
to
if
really flicker it in.
and if you do that, they said that it might not run properly, like unexpected glitches will occur.
Exactly.
break
It's like
It's,
running
break your
your own risk.
console.
It's
yeah,
like
well,
running,
some games are designed to their timing's based on the frames. So if you change the frame rate, it fucks up the game.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
So
They're not. It's not tied to the CPU clock. It's tied to the frames, and that's usually just crappy programming again.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then he sipped his tea like Kermit the Frog. Nice, Chris.
Actually, no. This is full of adult goodness.
Oh.
Smirnoff,
Yo, the way he
unbelievable.
did it, yo, he made his comment and then he sipped his drink, yo.
All right, but moving on, we I just wanted to touch base. This article kind of struck me. Microsoft went through 200 prototype designs for the Xbox One controller. Why?
hmm
Why?
that's that's probably a little iteration.
Honestly, when I look at this is just a thinner 360 controller, and nothing was wrong with the 360 controller. One thing I will give this is the fact that the battery is better placed. It's flat and it's horizontal against the backside of the unit. So with that being said, it's just why go through all that? I'm pretty sure the R&D that was a waste of time. What they could have done was just say, hey, we already have this controller. Folks warmed up to it. It's not like the Xbox original, the M controller. Then they had to make the S. This is like the S controller on the original Xbox, the 360 controller, and now this. I mean, why go through all that burning resources and time and stuff? Nelson, what are your thoughts on this?
My guess is for the fact that they try to make it compatible with a lot of things because you all know that from Sony side of things, they made their controllers Bluetooth accessible. So I'm pretty sure Microsoft tried to implement that in some kind of way within their prototypes, but also not try to make it too similar to the previous generation of consoles. Because if you really look at it, like you just showed your Xbox One controller. This is technically just a little thicker version of the controller S from the Xbox
Yeah,
original.
yeah.
This is
Yep, yep.
technically one of the best controllers out besides that one. The 360 controller is great, don't get me wrong, but of course there's always every gripe with every controller,
Hmm.
whether if it's the PlayStation, the Nintendo, Xbox, PC. It's always something, but my personal reason is for competition's sake of being able to implement Bluetooth to make it more accessible for the user, make a better D-pad, or they added like little grooves into the analog stick now. I don't know if you noticed
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, like little minor shit, but I don't think 200 is a little bit much.
Yeah. I would say this. Look, the PS4 controller, right? I'm going to go on record to say this is more comfortable to hold than the Xbox One controller. Something about it, like I hold it and it just feels right. All right.
Well, I
But
mean,
here's
it's
the thing.
wider. I mean, if you think about it, it's a little bit wider.
Yeah,
Like a boomerang.
the battering. But
But the battery life sucks on this shit.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was playing Guilty Gear and it died on me. I'm like, the heck. But
Horrible.
here's the thing,
It
though.
cried on
I would say what? Unbelievable. But I would say,
You need some Q-tips, man, to clean out your ears.
you. And
but
then he sipped his drink, yo.
if the D-pad was positioned the way that it is on the Xbox One, I would prefer this. But that's what's keeping this from me saying that this is the better controller because there's some positive things about them both. But to go through 200 prototypes to get the X1
That's
controller,
I don't think that's surprising because
mm,
every little permutation. Let's put the face buttons a little more apart. Or
That's what.
we went through 30 iterations and then we changed the battery, so we got to redo some changes. Now it's too heavy. We have to get more. We have to make it lighter. Make it
okay,
lighter.
okay, that sounds
So
fair.
they're counting each little permutation, They could have changed the Bluetooth technology in the phone. That leads to a whole new set of tests to run.
Yeah.
This one drains the battery, so we need to get bigger batteries in there.
Mhm.
Can we go from AAA to AA? Maybe we need a single D battery in there. There's a lot of things I can do. So this is surprising at all.
Okay. So.
That's just part of testing. In this case, they had to go through it 200 times to get it right.
Mhm.
But without actually knowing where the major pain points are, we don't know if it's worth it or not.
Okay, that's fair. And there's a video documentary you could check out. It was on Xbox Live, but I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube and Xbox.com. You could check it out. But Shinmar, what are your thoughts on them going through so many versions of that controller, or minute changes to it? Like, do you think that was worth it with the final outcome that we got?
I do like the final product. It's very nice.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes things take time. Perfection takes time. And even though it may not be perfect, it's still a good controller. I do remember the original Xbox controller. Yo, that thing was bulky.
But the buttons for fighting games, it was like straight, so you can.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool how they did that.
And then when they bought the S controller, they moved the black and white buttons to
The
that was on
top.
the bottom.
Oh yeah, the bottom. It turned it
They
like a crescent. Like it
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, and that was cool. So I mean, 200 designs, yeah, that's cool. And then we got the final iteration, so I'm pleased with it.
All right. And our final topic. Now, here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Because of time's sake, I don't think we can do the entire WWE 2K15 impression video. But what we can do is, Nelson and I plan to host an online lobby, so New Gaming Order can actually fight some of the fans. So I'm calling out Fierce. I'm calling out a couple of folks. We can get down with a Royal Rumble, 3-on-3, Hell in the Cell, whatever. You know what I mean? So we'll do that while we're streaming, but just for our wrestling portion of the audience. But I just wanted to talk about the conclusion or some highlights to Survivor Series, right? So as you know, Sting made his WWE debut, costing Triple H and the Authority their power. Now, my reaction to
What?
that, yeah, Sting,
Wait, no. Triple H is in a group called the Authority.
yeah,
Wasn't
Yeah.
he part of DJ? Wasn't he in an anti-authority group back in the day, D-Generation X?
Chris, you missed out on a lot. It's some
You
crazy
know what? Here, that's what I have to say.
fifth.
Uh,
You know what?
Unbelievable.
But yeah, so apparently Dolph Ziggler was the hero of the night. He went Super Saiyan that night. I mean, I was watching it. Nelson was, I guess they're on WWE Network. Nelson and Demizel were getting the stream a little later than I was getting it. So I was sitting there reacting, and I'll give Nelson a minute to say how annoyed he was with me, but like crazy things were happening. Dolph Ziggler, zigzag, famouser, boom, getting folks, pinning, eliminating people. You know what I mean? And Big Show turning on John Cena, decked him in the mouth, and resulting in him not being on Raw or whatever. But I would just say Survivor Series as a whole, that was the best Survivor Series in the last 5 years. That was just explosive. Like it was like WrestleMania. Matter of fact, the way that match went down, the Survivor Series traditional match, I was more hyped for that than all of WrestleMania 30. To be honest with you, with the exception, Bryant and everything. I just say that was freaking awesome. And Sting, the way he came out, they utilized him really well. I heard rumors that Sting was going to show up, but then the way he did, it was just awesome. And then the funny thing with the camera work, they got the camera on Triple H, you got the camera on Sting, Triple H, Sting, Triple H, Sting. Too funny, too funny. But I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I just wanted to touch lightly. Nelson, what were your thoughts on just Survivor Series, and then Shinwar, and then we'll do our conclusion and break it down.
Well, Survivor Series was definitely good as of this year. Of course, the main event was like the big talk of the night. I mean, some of the other matches were like a piece of crap. I didn't really like the whole Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt thing because that felt like a promotion match to TLC, which it technically was.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Divas match, that was like very disturbingly like idiotic of how they like destroyed AJ in like 3.5 seconds. So
Mm.
that kind of annoyed me. But the
Yes,
main
yes. What?
the main event though, they basically made Dolph Ziggler into the new Shawn Michaels
Yeah,
of this era.
yeah.
Like they really pushed them correctly and definitely well placed. And the whole thing with Sting and Triple H, that felt like the Rock and Hulk Hogan kind of thing before, what was it, WrestleMania
18.
17, 18,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they was looking from side to side from the crowd's
Yeah.
reaction to
That
see
was
what would
crazy. Yeah.
happen and stuff like that. But I would have never suspected the whole entire turnout from the beginning of Mark Henry getting knocked out in the beginning of the fight to Big Show turning on John Cena
Hmm.
and Triple H like sulking and like it was crazy. It's like
It was
everything
good.
about it.
It was
It was
good.
good.
All right, Shinwar, what were your thoughts
All
on?
right. Let me sit up for this one, yo.
Why you look
All
like
right.
like he looked like a loan shark? He's like, look, you give me my money. I want
Nah,
all that money back. All right.
yeah, good, yeah. Nah, Survivor Series was good. I did like the four-way battle for the tag team belts. Let me
Yes,
tell
that
you
was good.
something.
That was good.
WWE, if you're listening, you better push Mizdow. That guy is so over as the Miz's stunt double. It's
You know
hilarious.
he's gonna. They're
Hilarious.
gonna break them up eventually. Like,
And
yeah.
I think Miz is gonna turn on him because people are liking Mizdow more than the Miz.
Hey, why he
But
come out with those fake belts, yo? Like,
yo, but
unbelievable.
yeah, it was crazy. What else? The Divas match. We seen it coming. We already knew it was coming.
Mm.
Why it happened so quickly. Um, Dean Ambrose and who was it? Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt. Like Nelson said, it was just an advertisement for TLC. Roman Reigns is out of action, so he wasn't there. Let's just skip to the main event.
Oh, but before you get to the main event, remember that
Mm-hmm.
discussion we had at work where Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose should have been in the Survivor Series main match.
Survivor
They
Series.
could have
Yeah.
they could have did without Mark Henry. They could have done without Big Show. You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at that, there were a lot of big guys in that main event.
Like Chris.
What?
Really?
Wow. Yeah,
Really?
and then he's laughing.
Fifth.
And then he's laughing.
Fifth.
Really?
Chris, put
No,
up the
I,
fifth.
I, I burned Alex so much. I got to give him this one.
Yes.
It's finally got. It's like 1-30 in this case. At this point.
And then he
Unbelievable.
sips his drink.
Uh,
but hold on. Wait. So back to Survivor Series. So I really didn't like Big Show turning heel because we see it. I swear it's like every other Raw. He's a face and then he's a heel. He's a face and then he's a
He's
heel.
confused.
It gets a little stale. But whatever. He was out of there after that. Yes, I knew Sting was in attendance. It was all over the interwebs. Everybody was marking out. Here's the thing, though. Randy Orton was there as well, and I think they held him back.
Yeah, I thought they
Because
were gonna
Sting-
use him to screw the authority. So
Right, but he was there in attendance. He actually showed on his Twitter or his Instagram or one of them his plane ticket going to Survivor Series. So he was there, but Sting was more than enough to come out. Honestly, personal opinion, I don't want to see a Sting versus Triple H match. It may happen.
he said he only has one match though in him.
Right, but here's the thing. What was I say? Oh, he wasn't on Raw the next day. His schedule is very limited. You're only gonna see Sting very few times.
Yeah, he's gonna come out where it's gonna make a dent.
Right, and that's what they said. They said only when it's gonna be main event worthy. And obviously, Brock Lesnar hasn't even been there. So if
And I
Brock
hear he's
Lesnar,
leaving. Like that.
right. So if he's on a limited schedule, Sting is on more of a limited schedule than that. So it's good that they tease him once in a while. Everybody wants Sting versus Taker, but hey, I hope it happens. But Survivor Series as a whole, it gets thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Like Alex and everybody else said, Dolph Ziggler. This is the momentum. They need to push that guy. They gotta push him again because he was already being pushed, but then he got into the doghouse or whatever. They
And
gotta
you know
push
what?
him.
And I was there when he won the title. When he cashed in after WrestleMania, to be there when you saw him get finally pushed, man, that was deafening. I couldn't even hear. It was just some craziness. It was good stuff though.
And one last thing, Rusev. That guy is hilarious. Yo, first of all,
Yo,
his theme song,
she gorgeous.
Rusev is a guy.
No, you know who I'm talking about. The
I
manager.
remember Lana, yo.
Oh, you didn't say any names, Alex.
Unbelievable. Why am I saying Rusev is gorgeous?
Yeah, you like, she's gorgeous. I'm like, I didn't say any. I just said Rusev. Anyway, hey, the way Rusev went through that table was hilarious. It still made him look strong. And I think down the pipeline, we're going to see Ryback versus Rusev.
Yeah,
So,
that's going to be sick. So
I think that would be cool. So that's all I have.
All right. So in closing, anything you guys wanted to touch on before we bring this podcast to a close? Dead or
I
Alive?
Yeah, you can bring that up.
Because
The
I know,
PC version, right?
yeah, Shin Jackman told me that Dead or Alive is being listed on PC, so that'd be interesting. What the heck? Yeah, so that'll be interesting. And you know what? Modders and hackers are gonna come in there and change all kinds of outfits. They
You
just
said slobbers and whackers. What?
He got him. He's dead.
Oh, Chris, where you going? Chris, don't you leave. Don't you leave.
You know what? You know what? No announcements. No announcements. We're going off the air. Peace.
No, don't go off the air. Don't go.
Don't you go.
All right,
ain't got proper stuff yet.
But in closing, make sure New Gaming Order fans, you check us out on Facebook. Facebook gets the most activity. Daily, you'll see the potential topics that we're gonna hit. Check out the
Unbelievable.
Look.
What the heck is?
You know who Chris looked like? He looks like that from Resident Evil.
The thing, the dude with the freaking yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was not expecting that answer.
Oh man.
Okay, go ahead, Alex.
But yeah, make sure you check out the Twitch channel. We have several Twitch channels. We have the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter, which is linked to Nelson, and we are always looking for more staff. Like streamers, and so we're actually interviewing one other person to join the group. So I mean, it's open to you guys, and shout outs to Lance Cryer, aka Free One Up, Alpha Omega Sin, and Mr. Mugen Lord. I want to get a couple of people as guests on the show. So Nelson, any announcements before we sign off?
Just basically what I said earlier today, guys. Right after the podcast is over, we'll be doing a couple of streams.
Our cell struck was so bad I had to hide my face. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't face the world right now.
Oh my god, there's gonna be two different streams following after the end of this podcast. The main channel is getting a stream on New Gaming Order, and it will be another stream on NGO_X1. So check those out. Show some love to the stream senpai.
Chris, yo,
I can't. You know what? I am done.
Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
You know what? Where's Noop? Where's Noop when we need him?
Wait.
Show,
Wait, go ahead, Nelson. Go ahead, Nelson.
Show some love to the stream, guys, because we could use the support.
Nelson, you alright? You good? We can cut it short.
Did you just see what Chris did?
Unbelievable.
He took the straw and trying to find himself, yo.
You see, that's what happens when this show is live. I can't. I'm not even gonna edit it. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Sorry, Screw Attack. But Nelson, we'll just bring it to a close.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
I don't get ending words.
You don't need to say anything, Chris. Unbelievable. What the heck? What you got? What you got, Chris?
I have a lot of this.
All right, goodbye, guys. We'll see you next
Happy
week.
Thanksgiving, guys.
All right, peace. Dragonfly Jones over here.
What? There's my Ryu headband, yo.
I'm done. Bye.